Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. Today, we've got a 10-game NHL slate to go over here for Sunday, January 24th. But first, before we get into the recap, before we get into the video, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel down below, and let me know in the comment section below who your favorite NHL play for is today. All right, let's go look at yesterday's bets. We did not do particularly well yesterday. We went 1-3 on our plays, and to be honest, we should have gone 0-4. We got losses from Tampa Bay. They did not look good against Vancouver. They lost 5-2. Or my bad, they didn't look good against Columbus. I'm reading the next line. Then we had Vancouver. They lost to Montreal. Then we had Philadelphia and Boston went over the total once again. I think it was like 4-2, something along those lines. No, it was 6-1, my bad. And then the one we got extremely lucky on, we got the over 5.5 for St. Louis and LA 2 hits on a empty net goal with 2 seconds to go in the game. And after yesterday, we are 31-27 for the NHL so far this year, hitting at 53%. So not doing terrible, but let's try to get that percentage up a little bit. We have 2 days to late. We have 10 games, and I have 7 plays I'm going to be going over for today. So let's get right into it. Starting with the first game here with the Buffalo Sabres taking on the Washington Capitals, minus 118, run back of plus 107 for the Capitals, over under of 6 goals. And once again, the Sabres are favored in this matchup. I don't understand why. No Samsonov in goalie, no Ovechkin, no Orlov, no Kuznetsov. But I think the Capitals proved that last game with those 4 players out that they're still the better team. And I think the Capitals are the better team in this matchup. My model gives them a 50.15% chance to win this game. I'm going to be taking them at the plus 107 line. I think they're a great value play here. They're the better team, and you're getting the plus price tag for them. So give me the Washington Capitals at this plus 107 line. We will have Ullmark taking on Vanecek, which Vanecek hasn't looked too bad in net for Washington so far this season. Next, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Calgary Flames, a minus 109 for the Leafs, run back of minus 101 for the Flames. Both these teams coming off a win. Calgary hasn't played since last Monday. They got a 5-2 win against Vancouver. And then Toronto took care of Edmonton 4-2 the other day. And I really like the home team in this matchup. We're getting Frederick Anderson versus Jacob Markstrom. I think Markstrom is absolutely the better goalie in this matchup. And my model gives the Flames a 56.35% chance to win this game. According to the minus 101 line, Vegas gives them about a 50.25% chance to win the game. They're bringing about 6% value on this line for the Flames minus 101. I'm going to be taking them and hoping they get the job done here against the Toronto Maple Leafs, where their defense is just horrible. I think they're going to put up some goals, and I think the Flames will win this game. Look out for the Monahan line. I think they're going to put a couple in. Next, we have the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Arizona Coyotes. It is a minus 169 for the Knights, plus 152 for the Coyotes. And Arizona, the other night, beat these Golden Knights 5-2. That was a very impressive game for them. Taking care of, honestly, I think the best team in the West. I think Vegas would slightly edge out the Avalanche. That's just me, though. But I definitely like Vegas in this matchup. But I'm not going to lay the minus 170 for this. I think it's just too much, and I don't really have a read for this over-under line. It's about even at 5.5. So this game is going to be a complete pass for me. I'm not going to have any money on it. We have Robin Lehner versus Darcy Comfort. I think Comfort is the better goalie for Arizona as well, so that's also another thing keeping me away from these Golden Knights today. So this Knights and Coyotes game is a pass for me. Next, we have the New York Rangers taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. We have Georgiev taking on Tristan Jarry. The Penguins are a minus 130, a plus 118 run back for these New York Rangers, over under of 6.5 goals. For the side, I lean towards the Penguins, but I'm not going to lay the minus 130 this time. I think that the Rangers are definitely a live dog in this match. Instead, we're going to look at the total here. And I'm going to go the over 6.5. The Penguins have been an over team all season long, and I think the Rangers can absolutely put up goals. They have a great power play unit, and that top line with Mika Zibanejad, Buchnevich, I think could definitely put in some goals as well against this Pittsburgh team, which is not a good defensive team. Tristan Yari is not a great goalie. So I'm going to go the over 6.5 goals here between the New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Next, we have the New York Islanders heading to New Jersey to play their second half of a two-game series against the New Jersey Devils, a minus 160 for the Islanders, plus 144 for the Devils. It's looking like Wedgwood will get the start once again versus Semyon Varlamov, which Varlamov so far this season has looked like the best goalie in the NHL, has given up 1 goal in 180 minutes of ice time. Absolutely, I'm looking at the under for this match, but my only worry is that the Islanders will put in more goals and will hit the over by themselves, is what I'm really more worried about. Wedgwood did not look good in his first game against the Islanders here, and I'm surprised they're not going to Mackenzie Blackwood. But we're going with the Islanders minus 160. That's about the max line I will be betting on any given game, or minus 160, minus 165 for a video pick. But we're going with the Islanders once again here at minus 160. I think they get the job done. That top line with Barzell, Eberle, and Lee has looked good, and so has the Beauvillier, Bailey, and Nelson line. And definitely the defense pairings have looked good after losing Boychuk and Taves. So I like the Islanders here, minus 160 against these New Jersey Devils. Next, we have the St. Louis Blues taking on the LA Kings. Minus 210 for the Blues, plus 188 for the Kings, over under 5.5. And if there's anything yesterday showed us, is these two teams are definitely under teams. The Kings play good defense, and so do the Blues. If it wasn't for a last-second goal, an empty net goal, that game would have gone over. I like the under for this matchup. We're getting the starters back in the net. We're getting Jonathan Quick, and I believe Jordan Binnington's going to be in net. So I absolutely love the under here with the better goalies. If they were able to keep it almost to the under yesterday with the backup goalies with Peterson and Husso. So I'm going to go with the under 5.5 goals with the St. Louis Blues and the LA Kings today. Next, we have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Anaheim Ducks. It's a minus 177 for the Avs, plus 160 for the Ducks, over under 5.5 goals. And this is a matchup where the Ducks took them to overtime last game. It was a 3-2 game where the Avalanche won in overtime. And this is going to be another game where it's a pass for me. I lean the under, if anything, but I can absolutely see Gibson here against Grubauer stealing a game for the Anaheim Ducks, which is what he's going to have to do if the Ducks want to be competitive this year. Is Gibson is going to have to basically spin on his head and steal a few games here and there to try to get them into that top 4 in the Western Division. But this game is going to be a complete pass for me, leaning towards the under, but I'm not going to be betting anything for this game. Next, we have the Nashville Predators coming in and taking on the Dallas Stars. Last game, the Stars hit the over all by themselves, winning 7-0. They won by a touchdown in hockey, which is crazy. The Stars are a minus 114 and a run back of plus 103 for the Predators. And I think I'm going to go right back to the Dallas Stars here at minus 114. They are clearly the better team in this game. And you're getting them at only a minus 114, where if this was midseason, they would easily be a minus 135, minus 140, up to maybe minus 150. And I'd still bet them at that line. But I really like this Dallas Stars team. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year for a reason. And I think that they're definitely going to get the job done here against the Predators today and get the win at that minus 114 tag. I love that price. Next, we have the San Jose Sharks taking on the Minnesota Wild, minus 148 for the Wild, plus 134 for the Sharks, over under 5.5 goals. And this is another game where I don't have that great of a read on. It is Martin Jones versus Kakkonen, which I don't really like this matchup. I don't really have much of a read for it. I think the line's a little wide. if anything, for the Wild, but I'd still lean Minnesota. And for the total, um, the Sharks are an over team. The Wild are an under team. It's a pass for me this game. I don't really have much of a feel for it, and the bookmakers have to put odds out on each game. We don't have to bet on each game. This one's going to be a complete pass for me here between the Wild and the Sharks. The final game of the night here is the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Winnipeg Jets, minus 126 for the Oilers, plus 114 for the Jets, over under of 6.5 goals. So they're projecting a lot of goals to be scored tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I'm not looking at the total here. We are looking at the side between the Edmonton Oilers here and the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to go with the minus 126 for Edmonton. I think they're the better team here. The Jets are still rebuilding. I don't know if Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to be on the ice for the Jets tonight after he got traded from Columbus yesterday, but I definitely like the Oilers here. They looked a little bit better in the first game against Toronto, where they were only able to limit them to one goal. But I'm going to be taking the Oilers here, minus 126 against the Winnipeg Jets to take care of business here. It's going to be Mikko Koskinen versus Connor Hellebuyck. So I think maybe the under could be in play because Hellebuyck's a really good goalie. And Koskinen is not bad. It's just that defense pairings that for Edmonton are not that great. I would lean the under, but I'm going with Edmonton minus 126 for this game. All right, we're going to quickly recap over our picks for today, and then we're going to head on out for this video. We have the Capitals at plus 107 versus the Sabres. We have the Flames minus 101 versus the Maple Leafs. We have the Rangers and the Penguins over 6.5 goals. Islanders at minus 160. The under 5.5 goals between the Kings and the Blues. The Dallas Stars at minus 114, and the Edmonton Oilers at minus 126. That's going to do it for this video. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe down below to the channel and turn on the post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at All Sports Bets. We have daily content on this channel from a wide range of sports, from the NFL, the Super Bowl coming up in 2 weeks. We just did a conference championship video this morning. We have college basketball 6 days a week, every day but Sundays. College football will be returning next season. We have the UFC in a couple weeks for Volkov and Overeem. My brother's doing Counter-Strike every night and NBA every morning. We're going to have the WNBA in a few months too, NHL each and every day, and then the MLB in just a few months. But that is going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and let's cash some bets here in the NHL tonight, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.